west by late afternoon, but some of those storms could push toward the coastline later this evening. Some of those storms that do develop could produce heavy rainfall, which could lead to flooding in some spots. Tonight, rain-free conditions with lows in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow, highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. Scattered afternoon to evening showers and storms possible. Same weather pattern over the next 7 days. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall for WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie Broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna and Aetna Medicare. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Hello and good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining the world-famous Quality of Life radio show on this extraordinary Tuesday morning. It's September 13th. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Gary Owen, and my co-host, Tom the Bouvier, is not here. So who do we have as my co-host this morning?
Well, I'm going to be your stellar co-host from the morning show. My name is Evan, not 8, not 10, but a 9. Never be a 10.
And by the way, Evan has never done a radio show before. This is his first time. So
I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
By the seat of his pants. It's great to have Evan with us.
Thank you.
And you can tune in on Alexa, tune in as well as locally, WSTU 1450 AM. And up in St. Lucie County and Indian River County, you can catch us at WPSL 1590 AM and Facebook Live. You can follow us at Quality of Life Radio Show. And want to give a shout out to Dana and Jonathan from New Jersey who were here this past weekend. So it was great having you guys. Hope you had a good time. And then also to Ed and Cheryl, who was in our office last week. We'll talk a little bit about their circumstance, about Medicare, and then also about an individual health insurance issue that we're working through for some clients. And also shout out to Gwen, who is a newest client of ours yesterday, who purchased a cancer insurance plan as well as a life insurance policy. And by the way, this month is Life Insurance Awareness Month. So we're going to talk to you all a little bit about that. So, Mr. 9, we are here every Tuesday morning, and you get to enjoy my company.
I love it. I'm excited to be co-hosting. You're like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day.
Absolutely.
Telling you.
I should be wearing yellow.
The energy level is like on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 15 anytime you're in here.
I would say 20, but
all right, I'll give you 20. All right, you got it. You got it. Well, as you know, Gary, there's 3 segments to the hour-long show. First, we're going to be here to bring relevant content to the listeners and to support and showcase our local businesses, nonprofits, and community leaders.
All right, in the second part of the show, we have a little bit of fun, and this is where we'll bring our little guest in, and she's going to partake in some of the fun health facts to share with us today, but we'll do a little bit about that today, and Evan 9 will help us with that as well, but 10 fun facts about September, and then the third part of our show, usually about 20 minutes till or 35 minutes till, then we'll talk about important insurance solutions that that's right, I'm talking to you need to know, because it's what you don't know that's what hurts you. And don't listen to all those TV commercials, those TV celebrity, those pitchmen trying to get you to dial an 800 number to some God knows call center in some other part of the country or in another world. So be very careful, and we're going to talk about that as well. And, what's our tagline, Evan? We have a phenomenal tagline. Actually, we have a couple taglines.
Well, the one that always sticks is when you close the show.
Yes.
Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy your quality of life.
That's right.
I love that.
We simplify insurance planning so you can enjoy your quality of life and have a stress-free life that you deserve. Mm-hmm. Because if you get into the wrong plan or a wrong insurance policy, I will tell you, and Evan can tell you, and attest to this, I think most people have had insurance policies that did not work very well for
You
them.
helped me, actually.
Yes, we did help you.
You helped me with...
That's why I'm such a ray of sunshine.
That's it. You helped me with my health insurance, and just recently, my dental insurance
that's
for my
right.
son.
That's right.
Blown away at how many thousands of dollars I saved.
I love those kinds of remarks.
Yeah, and it's true. I'm not saying this. You didn't pay me nothing. It's really true.
And that's what we try to do. We work hard for our clients. We take the heavy lifting and that workload from you, from our clients, and we do it ourselves to find you the best plan that makes most sense for you and for your budget. All right. So I'm excited to introduce to you this week's guest. Oh, by the way, Tom Bouvier is probably listening to us. I'm sure he's in bed, horizontal, sick.
Yeah. Not
but
vertical.
Tom, feel better, brother.
Yes.
We miss you. But
Please
Evan
do.
says stay home. He's having fun.
I'm having a great time. Tom, you can have the rest of the year off, except for selling insurance.
Yeah, don't tell him that. You can give him a complex. All right, so we have in the studio with us Teresa Albizu, CEO of SafeSpace. It is so wonderful to have you with us this morning.
Well, thank you, Gary. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself first, Teresa.
Right. So I became the CEO of SafeSpace 2 years ago. I am honored to be in this position. We are the only state-certified domestic violence center on the Treasure Coast, and I have a very strong affinity to this mission because it is a very noble mission. My background is in leadership. I have a doctoral degree in leadership and a master's in marriage and family therapy. And so I've always come from the helping profession. So I think it was a great fit for me to come here and help SafeSpace continue to grow and serve the many, many victims and survivors of domestic violence that that we have in this country and also here at home on the Treasure Coast.
Absolutely. We're gonna dive deep into that in a little bit. But what about you personally? A little bit about you, where you came from, how long you've been here, and so forth. Because you come from an island that I absolutely love, and I think, in my opinion, anyway, this is my opinion, they have the best daiquiris in the world.
All right. Well, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. Very proud to be Boricua. And I came to the United States at the age of 17 to go to college. And first went to UM and then transferred to Florida State University.
I saw the Knowles.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Go Knowles. And anyways, and then moved down to Miami, where I spent most of my adulthood raising my family and going to school and finishing my graduate studies.
You're an amazing woman.
Thank you.
Right? You've done so much. I mean, I love your story so far, and it's going to get even better with your position as CEO of SafeSpace. I think there's a lot of people, Teresa, out here that don't know what that is. And what is it that you all do?
So SafeSpace, again, is the only state-certified domestic violence center on the Treasure Coast. We provide emergency shelter in Martin County. We have a 60-bed emergency shelter. In Indian River County, we have a 19-bed emergency shelter. And in the Tri-County area, we also offer a variety of outreach services. So we have advocates that work with victims and survivors to transition to an independent life free from violence.
You have somebody that calls the SafeSpace hotline, let's say, and whether, it can be complicated with children. It's hard enough with the spouse alone, but then you have children involved. How long typically can they stay at those shelters?
So the emergency shelter is available to our program participants for a period of up to 8 weeks. So that is the time that we have by state regulations and DCF regulations to help them make other arrangements and transition to other safe refuge or housing arrangement. We continue working with our participants for as long as they want us to help them transition into this independent life. So it could be several months, it could be several years. We pride ourselves as saying once a participant, always a participant. And even when they transition out, as life would have it, they face a challenge, they need to come back to us, and it doesn't have to be domestic violence related. It could be gainful employment, education, healthcare, anything that they need, and we open our doors, bring them back in, and help them out in whatever way we can so that they can be stable and thriving throughout their lives. Obviously,
those situations that are left, without any financial support and means of being able to take care of themselves. How do they pay for this?
So everything that we provide is free of cost, absolutely free of cost. No one has to pay anything. And I'm so glad that you brought the topic of financial support, because I wanted to also remind everyone who's listening that 99% of victims of domestic violence also suffer from financial abuse. So they are left, many cases, destitute with a very messed up credit history that we need to work with them through a period of time to rectify it and rebuild in order for them to be able to establish themselves and gain financial security.
Tell us a little bit about a day in a life at one of the facilities.
So we have our hotline. This is how our participants first reach out to us. It's our point of entry. They call our hotline at 772-288-7023. First thing we do is make sure that they're safe. So safety first, always. And as soon as we establish that they're in a safe place and we can talk with them over the phone, we talk about their particular situation, what exactly is going on, make a plan, and start working with them to see what is it that they need immediately. Some of them may be in dangerous situations, in which case we also involve law enforcement to help them out and bring them to our premises. Or sometimes they are already in the process of leaving a very dangerous household, and we walk them through the process on the phone until they reach us, and we open our doors and we sit down and we talk about what are their goals, their aspirations, what are their needs. Some of our victims and survivors come to us with nothing, meaning sometimes if they have to escape very quickly, they come with their children at hand and the clothes on their backs. And so at SafeSpace, we have all kinds of resources for them. We have clothing, hygiene products, everything that they may need, including pajamas, right, in order to be able to feel safe in our safe refuge.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Let me ask you this. You probably aren't able to do tours of the facility?
So we do them very seldomly, only on a need-to-know basis, because our locations for emergency shelters are kept confidential.
Yep, absolutely. And I think that the public needs to hear more about this and understand how rampant that it really is and how many lives are being affected and the cost associated with what you do. I mean, we spoke earlier when you first came in. I was asking about the funding. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Right. So the agency's budget is about $4 million. 50% of that budget is provided through a Department of Justice Federal Grant Victims of Crime Act and the State of Florida Department of Children and Families. The other 50%, so close to $2 million, we must raise every single year. So SafeSpace depends on the goodness and dedication and understanding of this community and their philanthropic efforts to be able to help us continue to offer our services. I think one statistic that we should all be very clear is that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men in this country experience some sort of domestic violence incident in their lifetime. So domestic violence is very prevalent. It has a very high level of incidence, and it can happen to anyone, right? Regardless of age, gender, race, ethnicity, religiosity, or socioeconomic status.
Absolutely. And obviously I've seen it firsthand, and we taught. I've been in law enforcement, did that for almost 4 years, and it's amazing. And it's heartbreaking, quite frankly, to go to a home and have to arrest, the spouse for domestic violence, and then you're building a case, and then the spouse doesn't want to press charges, and we see. I mean, I know you see this every single day, and it's a vicious cycle for women to go through, and some men as well.
It is,
as you said.
It is, and recidivism is 7, meaning it takes people typically 7 times attempts to be able to exit a situation of domestic violence. But the important thing is that they reach out to us, that they call our hotline. Sometimes when I share that our emergency shelter is almost full, people say, oh, we're so sorry to hear that. I say, no, on the contrary, we're very happy and glad that people are coming out and seeking our help to be able to transition to a healthy life.
I believe that that number is on the hotline, domestic hotline number is on the screen. So You can dial that number anytime, 288 at 772-288-7023. We're going to take our first quick 30-second break of the show. You're listening to the Quality of Life Radio Show on WSTU 1450 and WPSL 1590. And please don't touch that dial. We've got a lot of great information coming your way. Right back.
This is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the world-famous Quality of Life Radio Show. We have Teresa Albizu with SafeSpace. She is the CEO, and for the past 2 years, she has been in that position and providing us great information about domestic violence that are happening. So I'd love to provide statistics. I think statistics are important for people to know on a national and macro scale and locally. So tell us a little bit about what the stats are here in our local area.
Okay, so on the Treasure Coast, we help close to 800 individuals every single year. About 80% of those individuals are adults and 20% are children. To those individuals, we typically provide over 9,000, 9,500 services, individual services. Everything that we do with our participants is very personalized. No one goes through the grief process or experiences victimization in the same manner. So it is very important that we take our time to understand the experience, the domestic violence experience of everyone who walks through our doors, and also understand what their aspirations and goals are, so that make sure that we help them walk through that journey to health and thriving in life.
Teresa, the 800 people that come into your shelters, there are two shelters, correct? Martin and Indian River?
Correct. There are two emergency shelters, but on the Tri-County area, in each county, Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin, we have outreach advocates that are working with many survivors of domestic violence on an outreach basis, meaning non-residential services.
Because you see some of the signs like at fire departments,
yes,
firehouses that have that SafeSpace logo. Talk about what that means.
Well, we work with many interagency partners. Everything we could not do, all that we do, if it weren't for the wonderful network and supportive collaboration that we have from our interagency partners. Our participants have needs in every stage of life, and they also have very varied situations. So being able to work with House of Hope, being able to work with Project Lift, being able to work with the Treasure Coast Homeless Society, 211, of course, is a great interagency partner with us. So our ability to work together to make sure that the needs of our participants are fulfilled so that they can move forward in life is very important.
Absolutely. So for women, and again, we're men out there who are experiencing domestic violence, they can go to the firehouse, let's say, and can they get immediate help there, or the fire department can contact you to get them to a shelter?
So the
space?
best thing is always to call the hotline, and if they were to go to any of our interagency partners, they will also direct the person to call the hotline to determine what is the best way to reach us and come and start receiving services.
And again, that hotline is on your screen for those of you that are watching Facebook Live. That phone number, for those of you that are listening, the phone number is 772-288-7023. Do you also have a website?
We do, www.safespacefl.org.
And there's several times a year you guys do these special events, fundraising events. Tell us about that.
Well, we're very excited because October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we commemorate this celebration by holding what has been coined as the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes events. We're doing 3 this year in each county. We're starting on September 30th in Indian River County with Friday, Downtown Fridays events, and we're going to be doing our walk there. We encourage men, women, and children and pets to come out with your family. And the fun part is men wearing our red stilettos, sort of like to symbolize the difficulty that many women and men face when experiencing domestic violence personally. And then we're going to hold on October 22nd our walk in San Lucie County at the Farmers Market, Fort Pierce Farmers Market. And on November 12th, Martin County Walk along with the Martin Stewart Air Show. Mm-hmm. And it's a great deal of fun, but it helps us bring very significant awareness to the work that we're doing and how we help people every single day.
Yeah, we did that walk last year
That's right.
at the Air Show, so that was really great to see that support. So for the women out there that are listening right now, or anyone out there that may be listening to this show and really don't know what to do and might be afraid to call that number, I mean, what would be your message to
My
that
message is please give us a call at 772-288-7023. We will listen to you. We believe your story. You're not invisible. And we will walk through this process together to get you to safety and to achieve the life that you so deserve.
And there, I mean, again, it's amazing that so many people here on the Treasure Coast, throughout the country, don't know what this organization does and the lives that it helps and saves and transforms.
We save lives every single day,
Yeah.
Gary, and that is a truth.
Yep.
We have individuals that come to us that are in high risk of homicide, and those are the individuals that we need to make sure are able to come to safety as soon as possible. And that's why we collaborate so closely with law enforcement, both the sheriff's office and the police departments in the Tri-County area.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I applaud you, your organization, and the efforts to provide safety and support for battered women and men who need help and assistance, and children
That's
who
correct.
are the biggest victims of this whole nightmare.
That's right.
It's a shame.
Yes.
So, again, the phone number is 772-288-7023 is the domestic violence hotline. And can a person show up at any time at a facility, or do they have to call first?
Well, we have to call to let them know where we are because we don't publish where our emergency shelters are. If it's non-residential services, then we make an appointment and we can see them in any of the Tri-County areas at specified locations. We have offices in each of the 3 counties. But emergency shelter, as soon as they call us, we then start discussing with them how to reach us. Yes.
Fantastic. And then how many employees do you have that support the mission?
So right now we have over 40 employees and growing. We're very glad that with the new emergency shelter in Indian River County, we've been able to secure additional staff and train them in this very specific field of helping individuals who are going through this very serious issue. But yes, over 40 employees currently.
And the 1 in 3 women that experience domestic violence, 1 in 4 men.
Correct. At the
National
level.
statistics.
Correct. That is correct. And think about it, which is even very, very telling. 20 people every minute of every day, 20 people every minute of every day are exposed to an incident of domestic abuse. That is a staggering number. And so that is the reason why we believe that we have to break the cycle of violence by providing education to children, because domestic abuse is a learned behavior.
Absolutely.
And we need to be able to come to children early in life and begin providing them education on what healthy relationships look like, what respect, compassion, understanding, patience, compromise, all those good things, support means, and what are the red flags, right, of a situation where you could be under power and control. And sometimes we don't realize how much power and control another individual may be exerting upon us. So it's important that kids learn this, and also, very importantly, learn what resources are available to them.
Absolutely. Very important. And quite frankly, in my opinion, it's shameful that women and children have to go, and men have to go through that experience. But people like you that are there to help provide support and counsel, and I love it. Now, I meant to ask you, on your fundraising, do you do annual galas at all, or just mostly it's the walks that you're doing?
So it's open to the public. The only event that we have open to the public are the Walk a Miles in Her Shoes events in each Tri-County area. However, we have different fundraisers with different communities along Martin County, St. Lucie, or Indian River. So Harbor Ridge is a very philanthropic community, has really helped us throughout the years. They do an annual gala for their residents, and they come together and we talk about everything that we have done to help individuals in this county, and then celebrate the accomplishments of SafeSpace together. So we do golf tournaments, bowling tournaments. So there are different events throughout the year.
Fantastic. And somebody who wants to give, who do they call? Where do they go?
They call 772-223-2399. That's our administrative office. Or go to our website, safespacefl.org. And there's a very easy to find Donate Now button. And we sincerely appreciate your thinking of us when you're thinking about supporting charities in this area.
Fantastic. So the number to give is 772 for the administrative offices.
Correct.
772-223-2399 or 239er if you are a pilot. All right. Phenomenal information.
Thank you, Gary.
Evan, you got some great information out of this as well.
It like I told you before.
It hits home.
Yeah. It really does.
Yeah,
That's all I'm going to say.
So thank you very much. We appreciate you. I'm going to have you stay because Evan and I are going to share some really cool information, some of the fun facts. And before we close out the show today, we'll have you come back on again and say a final word. Okay? So I think we should have you do the honors since Tom is not here.
Okay.
The quote of
I'd be honored.
Day.
I would be honored.
And I'm honored for you to do it. And I'm honored that you are honored.
Well, and I'm honored that you're honored that I'm honored.
Go on
So
day,
here's the quote of the day. Everything you do is based on the choices that you make. Now, it's not your parents, your past relationships, your job, the economy, the weather, an argument, or your age that is to blame. You and only you are responsible for every decision and choice you make.
And I always say the choices you make today can last a lifetime, so it's important to get it right.
I love
the
that
first
quote,
time.
by the way.
Yeah, that's a great quote.
That's a good one.
Choices. It's all about the choices we
Yeah.
make. And you know, and for my own life, I know that it's not what happens to you or what has happened to you in the past that defines you, right? So it's the choices that you make that truly define you as a human being. So
I'm going to steal that quote from my show.
you can have it.
I will.
I will only charge you a small nominal fee.
Thanks.
Okay, easy. So now we're gonna we've got 6 minutes before the break. So I want to share with everybody a fun health fact, and this is good for all of us, especially me. 3 things that you can do to stop premature aging. Number 1 is to what do you think would be, Teresa? What would be like the number 1 thing to stop premature aging, do you think?
I think exercise and eating healthy.
Beautiful.
Ding, ding, ding.
That was number 3, but that was still the top
That's a
3.
good one.
Very good. Eat a healthy, well-balanced diet.
Right.
Okay.
Like plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables. Did you know that sugar and other refined carbohydrates can also accelerate the aging process? Muy malo.
Wow.
Sugar is muy malo. That's a shame. So I guess I'll be going to get more fruits and vegetables. Number 1 is to sleep more. Lack of sleep has many ill effects, which is absolutely true. It weakens your immune system, hinders memory. That's why I can't focus and concentrate this morning. And concentration increases risk of diabetes and heart disease. And do you know how many hours minimum is required for sufficient sleep, Teresa?
7.
Bingo.
Wow.
Is there a mirror somewhere she's looking?
No.
That's awesome.
It's a very smart lady.
She has got her stuff going on.
Yes.
All right. So thank you, Iggy. You put the SafeSpace link on the Facebook. So that's fantastic. Thank you for that. And then for those out there that smoking less, I say just stop smoking, okay?
Correct.
Smoking speeds up the normal aging process of your skin, of course. We've noticed that. Contribute with many people. It contributes to wrinkles and other changes to the appearance of your face. Can you take a guess, Teresa? I know I'm putting you on the spot again, but you're doing so well. You're 3 for 3. Tobacco has how many toxic chemicals? Like one cigarette. How many toxic chemicals are in a cigarette?
Well, I'm just going to say that nicotine is very dangerous and has a very high use to addiction rate.
Absolutely.
Because it is the highest use to addiction substance. Nowadays, people think it could be marijuana or heroin even or other opioids, but cigarette is highly addictive, and over 400,000 people die every year because of nicotine use.
That's right. Absolutely. And there are thousands of toxic chemicals in one cigarette. It's horrible.
Nasty.
It is nasty.
Ooh.
Very nasty habit. All right. September. We are in September. And by the way, September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. So we're going to share some statistics. Imagine that. The stat guy is going to share some more statistics about life insurance and what you need to know. But first, we're going to talk about, you and I are going to hit this together.
I get an idea. Before you start your 1 to 10, so we don't have to stop in the middle, why don't we take the break now?
Let's take the break.
Let's take the break now.
All right, we're going to take a quick 40 seconds. Yeah.
40-second
break. I'm getting better at this.
Yes.
40-second break, and you're listening to the Quality of Life Radio Show. Don't touch that dial. We will be right back.
This is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Break. I just also want to remind everybody, I want to share with everybody some great news. that we had Cigna Medicare, who is coming back to sponsor the show again for the next 6 months. So shout out to Cigna. We appreciate your partnership, your collaboration, and, of course, your financial support. All right, 10 fun facts that you need to know about September. It comes from the old Roman word. I mean, you are so smart. Do you know what the Roman word is for September?
I'm going to pass on that one.
I thought for sure she would have hit that one.
I probably would have fell off my
fallen,
chair.
yeah.
I mean, but anyway, it is the old Roman word called septum, meaning 7. September was the 7th month of the year in the Roman calendar, and it did not become the 9th month until the advent of the Gregorian calendar. Interesting news that you probably don't need to know.
Wow. All right. Number 2, September is spelled with the most letters out of all the 12 months of the whole year. 9th month, 9 letters. Last name 9.
9.
Coincidental.
What do you think I had you doing the 9?
That was a good one. I like that.
And number 3, the September harvest moon is the fullest moon of the year. It is very spectacular, like Evan 9.
It's beautiful. Not me, but the moon.
Well, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is too.
Number 4, Evan.
All right. The first day of fall is typically on September 22nd
coming.
or
It's
the
coming.
23rd. It's around the corner when the hours in the day are almost equal to the hours in the night. Spring equinox is occurring at the same time in Australia. And I will say this much. When I got up this morning and I walked out to my car at 4 o'clock to come here, what a difference.
The temperature.
The temperature dropped. The humidity was like nil.
Yes. Well, humidity was there yesterday and
Yeah.
Saturday. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I had a bad hair day.
I am waiting for some colder weather.
Yeah.
We really need
Can't
it.
wait.
Number 5, September 17 is Constitution Day, which marks the day that the United States Constitution was adopted.
How about this one? I can relate to this one. There are more popping classic songs with September in the title than any other month.
Give me
Now,
one.
trivia. Earth, Wind, and Fire. What's the song?
September morning.
No, that's Neil Diamond.
Oh.
Jay.
September.
Okay.
September
I guess we both-
by September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. September Morning by Neil Diamond.
Okay.
Right? There's tons of songs out there
What else
with
do you know?
September.
Is that the only 2?
I just those two come off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was 2 more than I had. That was very
That's
wonderful.
okay.
All right. Number 7. September is known for Labor Day, Grandparents' Day, National Cheese Pizza Day,
Ooh.
and National Drink a Beer Day.
Like that one.
Yep.
That was
Beer and
yesterday,
pizza?
I think.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. It's all American.
Does it get any better than that, brother?
All right. How about famous people born in September include Adam Sandler, Bill Murray, Bruce Springsteen, Stephen King, Confucius Say, Freddie Mercury, the late Queen Elizabeth, and Sophia Loren.
Yep. Very good. Very, very powerful and talented people born in September. What month are you born?
September.
See, I knew it. I had a feeling. Why do you think I asked you?
my
Okay. Okay.
That's why she's smiling.
All right. My mother was
She
born in
agrees.
September.
The zodiac signs in September are split between Virgo and Libra.
Wow. The birthstone for September, Gary, what do you think it is? Well, you obviously
I know
have
what
it
it
in front of
is.
you. Our guest?
Sapphire.
Of course
Yes,
she knows.
of course.
Yes.
Which is said to reduce inflammation, treat fever, and act as a lucky charm for the person wearing it. And it symbolizes intuition, peacefulness, loyalty, and trust.
I like it. That's
Good
you.
stuff.
Yep.
Due to time's sake, because we don't have 15 minutes left of
Yeah.
the show, we're just going to do the 3 dates in history. So 1897, a 25-year-old London taxi driver, this is interesting, becomes the first person arrested for drunk driving.
Okay.
1897.
Okay. How about 1919? New York City parade honors and welcomes home General John Pershing
Nice.
and 25,000 soldiers of World War I.
welcomed them home. And then 1997, at a prison in Marseille, France, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Marseille. A Tunisian immigrant convicted of murder becomes the last person executed by guillotine.
Oh, so I was wondering how you're going to pronounce that last word.
What was you going to pronounce?
I would say guillotine. You said guillotine.
No, I said guillotine.
Oh, well, you mentioned the L's.
You want to play the tapes back?
Tomato.
That's correct.
All right.
Very good stuff on the show today. So I want to share with everybody, since we only have 14 minutes left in the show, that it is Life Insurance Awareness Month. Before we get to that, though, I always like to share what happened with me and, of course, Tom, the co-host, with some clients that have come in or prospective clients. And it was really interesting that Ed and Cheryl from Palm City, thank you, Ed and Cheryl. It was really great. And Ed listens to my show almost every week. And after a year or so listening to the show, him and his wife had questions. He's already retired. His wife, Cheryl, is over 65 on Medicare, Part A only, and looking to retire, and had questions about how soon they could retire, what the expenses would be in retirement on Medicare. And her husband, we found out, was only on original Medicare. So we've got to get Ed taken off original Medicare. The open enrollment period, or the annual enrollment period for Medicare, is coming up October 15th through December 7th. And we're going to be helping a lot of people review their Medicare plan, and we'll determine what is the best plan for you based on your specific needs, based on your network of doctors, based on your formulary and the drugs that you're taking. There's not a one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to Medicare. And unfortunately, the gentleman who's on original Medicare now has developed pre-existing conditions and cannot be on a Medicare supplement plan. And most people don't know that if you don't take your Medicare supplement when you first become Medicare eligible, and down the road, if you may not be able to get on a Medicare supplement plan, because majority of the time you do have to answer no to all the underwriting questions. So it's important that you get unbiased information and education that will help you make an informed decision. And that's what we do at Owen Insurance Group. We will sit down with you. We'll do a CBA, I like that terminology, cost-benefit analysis, and to determine what is the best solution for you. And not just Medicare. I was at a networking group with the Stewart Chamber of Commerce this morning. A gentleman come up to me, and he is bemoaning the fact that he's spending over $1,480 a month on his individual health insurance plan for him and his wife. So based on the new IRA Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the premium credits have been extended for 3 years. So he can now qualify for that. And I don't think he was aware of that fact. So we're going to be able to help him and so many others with individual health insurance, group health insurance, Medicare, Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, Part D, drug plans. We can do all that and help you with that. And the fact that it is Life Insurance Awareness Month, I promise to give everybody some statistics, but I just want to say thank you to all of you who are listening, who are watching faithfully, and even those of you in the 47 other countries that are tuning in. Not sure why. It cannot be my radio face. It has to be the personality in my guests. I'm sure that they're tuning in. How many people are tuning in from Puerto Rico, do you think, Teresa? Do you have anybody?
I hope that many.
I hope there's a lot of people tuning in
absolutely.
and watching from Puerto Rico. And then we're going to go and get some strawberry daiquiris. Pina coladas.
Pina coladas.
The best pina colada I've ever had in my life was in Puerto Rico.
There you go.
That was amazing. Amazing. All right. So Life Insurance Awareness Month. I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's not sexy terminology. People kind of like cringe when they hear the word life insurance because now it's speaking to their what? Morbidity, end of life, and we just don't know what day that's coming. Let me ask you a question, Teresa. If you had an opportunity to know the day, the month, the time, everything about your death, would you want to know it?
Would I want to know
Would
it?
you know the day,
I
the
probably
time?
would not personally.
Okay.
I think that when you live life with optimism and you enjoy every moment of every day. And I think that when we stay in the moment, that's when we are our best. So I would rather pass on that one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Evan, would you want to know?
Actually, maybe. Maybe.
What makes you
So
say
I can
maybe?
Because to plan
Yes.
and make sure that everything's in order for my family.
But should you not be doing that now?
Well, I do. I have this one folder that's already.
So you have already done your pre-plan.
It's already done.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to know when that day comes, and that hour comes.
Yeah, that minute.
That you've said what you needed to say to the
Yeah.
people that you need to say it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Iggy? No. Okay, so there's 2 yeses and 2 no. I mean, well,
maybe.
Yours is a maybe. So
Yeah, I'm kind
one
of on the
maybe,
fence.
1 yes and 2 no's. Because I want to know.
Yeah.
Because if it's tomorrow, I got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, really.
You know?
We got to get on the bandwagon.
Dear Lord. All right, so statistics. By the way, every September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. It is really important to understand a little bit more about life insurance because I think a lot of people don't understand life insurance. And I want to give some statistics. So overall, 41% of Americans say they don't have sufficient life insurance coverage. 44% of women believe that they have a life insurance coverage gap, which is absolutely true. 45% of Asian Americans say they need more coverage. 47% of our millennials live with a life insurance coverage gap as well. 48% of black Americans acknowledge they don't have enough life insurance, and 50% of LGBTQ Americans say they need more life insurance coverage. 4 in 10 families say they would face financial hardship within 6 months if a primary wage earner died. For 1 in 5, it would only be 1 month before they have financial adversity. And right now, today, in the United States, there are over 106 million Americans living with a life insurance gap, meaning that you don't have enough life insurance. So many people, either A, they don't have life insurance at all, which is muy malo, or B, they don't have enough life insurance. So, and what happens if you have a final expense policy or maybe a term policy of $100,000 and you pass on and now you have a mortgage that's $500,000, how's that going to get paid? You left that burden behind to your children and to your spouse to figure out. And if you're the primary wage earner, there is going to be major problems. And you can't sit there and say, well, I'm dead, I don't have to worry about it. Well, you should worry about it. As Evan said earlier, he already has a folder planned out to make sure that his family is taken care of when he's no longer there. And that's what every single one of us needs to do. Every single one of us. And there are people out there that are single and say, I'm single, I don't need life insurance. We're going to talk about those of you out there who are single, who say you don't need life insurance. So, in 2020, 54% of Americans were covered by some type of life insurance, whether it was a small life insurance from a group or individual life insurance. 50% overestimate the cost of term life insurance. Millennials, in particular, overestimate the cost of life insurance by 213%. It's crazy. The average premium for a male, for a life insurance policy with a male, rises over 258% between the ages of 25 and 50. So when do you think, Evan, would be a good time to buy a life insurance policy?
I would say the minute you turn 18. As soon as you become an adult, a legal adult,
I like your thinking.
That's the best time.
I like your thinking.
I've had, when my dad was alive, he had a term policy on me, and then it expired, after I think it's 30 years is the maximum on the term. And then I renewed it. And now I have 2 different types of term policies where I'm paying less than $75 a month on each one. And it's $100,000 worth of coverage.
All right. So and to
at
your
my
point,
age.
yeah,
At my age.
right. So to your point, someone who's to say 20 or 21 years of age who took that same $100,000 life insurance policy would probably pay about $5 a month.
Yeah, very inexpensive for 30 years of guaranteed coverage.
Very inexpensive.
Yes.
So, and there are life insurance policies out there that you don't have to die to use.
No.
So people think of life insurance, they think of their grandfather's life insurance,
Yeah.
where you die, the life insurance gets paid. So today there are life insurance policies that will cover you while you're still alive, called living benefits, policies that have living benefit riders that are included in the policy, where if you had a heart attack or a stroke or cancer, were needed for long-term care, it would pay a portion of those life insurance, of that face amount for those life instances. So again, and those are very affordable as well. So again, you can buy life insurance to protect you while you're alive and in death, and to provide help with your family to cover the bills. I had a client who had a business in Port St. Lucie, a lawn maintenance business, and he was in one of my networking groups, and I was after him for a while he kept saying, I need life insurance for my family. It was a busy guy. It was hard to nail him down, but finally was able to get him a life insurance policy that covered his wife, his spouse, and his mother. And would you know that a couple of years later, at the age of 47, this happened about 3 years ago, on Father's Day, he had a massive heart attack and died in the shower.
Wow.
So, and his wife called me the angel, the family's angel, because we were able to protect the family and preserve their home, the mortgage, take care of the children, and still keep the business running. So that's what life insurance can do. I could sit here and talk for hours about life insurance, and I've got pages and pages of statistics and myths about life insurance. But if you've got questions, all you've got to do, and if you want a review of your current life insurance policy, we do that at no charge as well. But 772-210-1020. Call us at Owen Insurance Group. Whatever your needs are, whether it's life insurance, individual health insurance, if you have a business, you need group insurance, you need short-term medical, bridge to Medicare plans, a Medicare plan, long-term care, disability, annuities, accident insurance, dental vision. We do it all. Anything that covers your life and health at Owen Insurance Group, we will cover you. And again, it's 772-210-1020. Now, before we say goodbye, Teresa, I just want to give you one more opportunity to give us your final thoughts. You got 30 seconds.
Well, I want to say that SafeSpace is here to help all those individuals, women, men, and children who are undergoing very difficult situations with violence at home. And we encourage you to please give us a call. We're here to help you and walk you through every step until you reach that lifespan and that life space where you feel happy and fulfilled and thriving. Please call us at 772-288-7023.
And again, also, if you want to contribute to this worthy cause, you can call the administrative number at 772-223-2399. And if you want to ask us questions or prepare or do a life insurance review or a Medicare review or health insurance review, call us at Owen Insurance Group at 772-210-1020, 772-210-1020. All right. We've already exceeded, well, not exceeded, but we're at the end of the show. So next week, our special guest on the show is Dr. David Hartwig, and he is the CEO of Atlas Health and Wellness. And listen, people, from my heart to yours, thank you so much for joining us. Please share us with your friends, your family, and neighbors. And remember, stay safe, keep healthy, be happy, and enjoy your quality of life.